If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs. Well, this green and brown and yellow definitely works for druids. We're going to start off with the shoulders out of Ulduar, Cache of Innovation, kind of a fair drop rate pickup. That old druid tier set that I think those shoulders look fantastic, especially with that tabard. The chest, which you really can't see, Pygmy Tunic, various Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house, and it is simply yours. We have a Worgen showing you the belt, straight out of Uldir. Zekvas is the boss, kind of a low drop rate, but that splash of gold buckle there really works for this particular set. The legs, Pygmy Pants, Pit of Sauron, there's the boss, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house, that works for you as well. Now we're going to show you the boots, which you can't completely see on a Lady Troll. Hellfire Citadel, looking for raid version. Kilrog Deadeye is the boss, kind of a fair drop rate to get the boots of Final Salvation. Or Saliva, I'm not sure which it's called. And the hands, Gloves of the Frozen Glade. Ulduar. Cache of Winter, kind of a low drop rate, but worth the grind. Pick up the hands from the same tier set as the shoulders. Tabard, Cenarian Expedition, it's going to cost you gold and Exalted Rating, or Reputation, I should say. And the head, Warmongering, if you're Alliance, Wild if you're Horde. And the last piece is the weapon, which is out of Dragon Soul, Yog Yorsej, the guy who can't sleep. Starting off, we have a Torrent showing you the shoulders, which you pick up out of Darkmoon Isle. Baruma is the vendor who sells it for 75 Darkmoon tickets. It's really worth getting this set for your druid anyway out of the Darkmoon fair there. The chest, Wild Gladiators chest guard, if you're Alliance, if you're Horde, it would be Warmongering. It's just a plain white shirt, but that understatement of the chest and legs really overstates the other pieces that you get from the Darkmoon Fair. The belt is at a Hellfire Citadel, so you can see the boss, kind of a fair drop rate to pick up the belt. And the Lady Worgen's going to stick around, show us the legs, Wild Gladiators leggings if you're Horde, Warmongering, 3 Marks of Honor out of Warlords of Draenor, all the fun. Of course, that's one of the PvP tier sets. Got a dude, Night Elf Druid, showing you the replica Felhard boots. Darkmoon Isle, Baruma sells it. He's going to sell all the pieces of that replica set. Moving ahead, we are going to show you the hands, replica Felhard boots. That would not be right. It would be hands. Made a mistake. Darkmoon Isle, Baruma is the boss. 55 Darkmoon tickets to pick up the gloves. So the shoulders, gloves, and boots are all from a replica set out of the Darkmoon Fair. As you can see, the back is BFA leatherworking, and the head, Conqueror's Night Song head guard, which is at a Dalaran Wrath of the Lich King version. Just step up, buy it from the Legacy Quartermaster, and a weapon, as you can see, looks really sharp. This set has a very earthy grove kind of look, which works for druids. As you can see, the shoulders, part of a tier set that drops out of Isle Expeditions, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house, probably your best bet. That will go down in price as BFA progresses. The chest piece, the Eternal Palace Heroic Blackwater Simmer Scale Vest. A lot of watery stuff from that Eternal Palace, but of course it makes sense because it is water. Anyway, the belt, Cinch of Detestable Guile, which basically is how I feel about BFA. Black Temple, Time Walking, there's the boss, kind of a low drop rate, but worth it for that belt. The legs, Leggings of the Stormborn, speaking of Daenerys Targaryen. The Eternal Palace, part of the same tier set as the chest, as you can see where it comes from. Now we have a dude Night Elf showing you Oppressor's Merciless Treads, which we're going to pull out of Hellfire Citadel. Tyrant Velhari is the boss. 15% on the drop rate for those boots. The hands, Fallen Rune Guards or Rune Lords. Gloves, Isle Expeditions, or just step up, buy them on the auction house, and it's part of the same set that drops from Isle Expeditions as the chest. The tabard, Tiller's Tabard, Valley of the Four Winds, the Quartermaster from the Tillers, gold and Exalted is what you'll need. And we have the head, Imagined Horrors, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, Shadow Lord Iskar, 12% on the drop rate, and the weapon, which is out of Hellfire Citadel, heroic, decent drop rate, Kilrog Deadeye. Leading off, we have a Tauren showing you the shoulders, Spitbow, Mantle, comes from Owl Expeditions. It's either from the Expeditions or Treasure Maps, so, and you can buy it on the auction house. That's a recolor of a Cata tier set. Living Wood Raiment is the chest, which is out of Mythic Blackrock Foundry. There's the boss, 12% on the drop rate to pick up that leather robe. The belt, Abandoned Zandalari Moonstrap, Throne of Thunder LFR version, drops from various bosses, kind of a fair drop rate, but it goes really well with this particular set. Moving ahead, moving forward, the feet, emblazoned boots, Scarlet Halls, various mobs, or just step up, buy it on the auction house. Probably your best bet, but Scarlet Halls is spammable, so. Anyway, the hands, Spitbro Grasps, Isle Expeditions, drops from Treasure Map, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house. As we progress in this X-Pack of BFA, those Isle Expedition drops are going to be a lot cheaper. This is pretty easy to get. Just buy it from the Valor Quartermaster in Stormwind or Orgrimmar for the back. Now we have a Lady Kultiran showing you the head, which is part of that same recolor tier set from Isle Expeditions and Treasure Map, or the auction house to pick up that headpiece. Moving ahead, we're going to show you the weapon, which is from the Cata PvP vendor, which of course is in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, 5 marks of honor. I truly do think blue and gray work for druids, and it's very understated, so it's worth picking up. Prideful Gladiators, Kodo Hide Spalders. Basically, if you're Horde, it would be Grievous. 3 marks of honor to pick up those old tier shoulders from Mop. The chest piece, Chest of Suspicion. Yes, you look at that chest and you think, that's suspicious. Naxxramas, normal mode, 25 man, some sort of instructor. If you better make sure you do your homework, otherwise he'll kill you. Yeah, you'll kill him. He's easy to get. Ship Swallower's Belt, Eternal Palace, Blackwater Behemoth is the boss, and we have about a 5% drop rate to pick up that belt. Moving on, the legs are Infectious Skitterer Leggings, Naxxramas. Skitterer just makes me think spiders. Of course, it's dropped from the Spider Boss, 15% on the drop rate. And we have a Tauren showing you the feet, or at least sort of. Hellfire Citadel Tyrant Velhari, regular mode, 15% drop rate to get the boots that you obviously cannot see on the Tauren. Moving on, we have the handpiece, which we drop from a dungeon, Eye of Ashara. Bitter Brine Scavengers drop it, and it's about a 14% drop rate. I think it's also buyable on the auction house, not 100% sure. The back, High Tinker's Cape, Battle of something that starts with a D. I always pronounce it wrong, so I'm not going there. Moving on, we have a headpiece, Wild Gladiators Helm, which of course, if you're Alliance Warmongering, Gladiators Helm, 3 marks of honor. And the weapon, out of Dragon Soul LFR version, excellent drop rate. This is one of my favorite fashion statements for druids, and it's easy to get. Ravenwing, Pauldron's Old Hills, Brad Foothills, Lieutenant Drake, 11% on the drop rate. So that's an old BC dungeon, so you can spam it. The chest, Sabermore Jerkin, High Maul, various mobs, kill them all, or you could just step up and buy it on the auction house. Probably your best bet. That is, of course, from Warlords of Draenor, all the fun. We have a Kultiran lady showing you the Girdle of Day and Night. Throne of Thunder, LFR, Swen and Lulin drop it. Kind of a fair drop rate to pick up the Girdle. I guess if it's a guy, it's also a girdle. The legs, Sabermaw Britches. Nagran, the Legion version of Nagran, various mobs. Basically, it's got a fair drop rate to get those legs. And the feet, Wild Gladiators Boots of Victory, WoD PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor to pick up the feet that you obviously can't see on a Tauren Druid. Moving on, we're going to show you the hands, the Bare Mantle Paws. I love that tier set for Druids. Burning Throne, Garalthi Bosses, kind of a fair drop rate for that. Moving ahead, we're going to show you a Lady Troll, the Cloak of Greywatch. This is Alliance only, but there are lookalikes, so Check the links in the description for that. And the headdress of Living Brambles, the Burning Throne, Essence of Eonar, and a few other bosses, kind of a decent drop rate. And the weapon, Hellfire Citadel Kilrog Deadeye, is the boss. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.